What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be great. I'm going to be telling you exactly how to know when to buy in and when to sell when you're in a trade. Now this can be really useful because a lot of people are new to trading and they don't actually understand a very basic thing, which is support and resistance. Well, even if you do understand it, I'm pretty sure you're not using it correctly. You may be, but this video is going to be really helpful in getting you to understand exactly when you should be entering and where you should be exiting a trade just to protect your crypto. So yeah, basically, before we get into the video, taking a look at the market cap, we can see we have in fact reached over 400 billion, which is pretty bullish news for the crypto market looking forward in the future. BTC dominance is down and it's slowly coming down like a few points of a percent each day, and I think we are seeing a lot more money coming into altcoins, and also in the future a lot more institutional money coming into altcoins. Not only that, but people see the price of Bitcoin at 8,000-9,000, they think, okay, it's a bit high. If something like Tron or Ripple goes back to its all-time highs, I could make a lot more money doing that. So that's definitely one reason why I think we are going to see this BTC dominance decreasing over the next period of the few months. So yeah, before we do get into the video, guys, I just wanted to let you know about my trade calls. The link is down in the description. A recent trade that I put out, which people were pretty happy about, was around an 8 to 10% profit, depending on when you got in. My trade calls will be pushed out on Telegram. It's about $50 a month, $49 a month. I'll give you a buy area, an area where you take your profits, and a stop loss area. So the buy area was here, people bought in, and then it went up into the profit area and people took their profits, and it was around an 8 to 10% profit in around 6 hours, or something like that. So it was a really nice trade and people were pretty happy. So that's the trade calls. I do have the Bitcoin blueprint as well, which has over 40 educational informational videos on the fundamentals of making money with trading, with ICOs and everything like that. And the Bitcoin blueprint, if you buy that, it does come with the trade calls for free, which is really awesome. So getting into today's video, I wanted to talk to you a little about support and resistance. Now you may have already watched a previous video on support and resistance. If you haven't, it'll be popping up somewhere around here. So definitely go ahead and check that out because that's also very informative and very useful. I'm going to take an example of XLM, of Stellar, and how this is showing classic signs of support and resistance. So we can see here we're on the 4-hour chart right now because it just broadens it out a bit and gives us a better understanding of what's going on. But this would also apply on the 1-hour chart as well. 4-hour chart, everything just fits on one chart a bit easier, and it's easier for you guys to see. So we can see here I've drawn these lines here of resistance and support. And we can go ahead and you can in fact trade based on these lines. Now, what do I mean by that? First of all, what is support and resistance? Well, support and resistance is either the support where the price won't fall below a certain price, or the resistance where the price won't go above, the market price won't go above a certain price. We can see examples of resistance exactly like over here. So previously this was support. We just ran down from around 4,500 Satoshis all the way down to around 3,500, and we were seeing support. It was leveling out around 3,500 Satoshis and it was looking good. Now this past support can become future resistance. Now what do I mean by that? Well, as we saw here back on the 24th of February, all that time ago, back now to the 16th of April, we did see a bit of resistance along this line. So previous support can in fact become future resistance. That's something very key to keep in mind when you're trading. Now, how can we go ahead and make profit from something like this? Well, here is a prime example exactly. So you can see here I showed you this red line here where we did see a lot of resistance. We saw it back for around 2, 3, 4, 5 days here. We then touched it again around a month later, and we can see there is a strong resistance level at around 3,300 Satoshis, and it just couldn't quite seem to manage to cross that. Well, what you have to keep in mind is, what you have to think is, okay, when it does cross that resistance level, where are we going to go next? Where are we going to go next? Now, in my opinion, when you cross a resistance level, you are going to be seeking for the next support. That's usually what happens. Now, this isn't financial advice. It doesn't happen all the time, but usually it does happen. And in this example, we can see it exactly here. This previous support that we saw, as I said earlier, it became resistance. Now, how could you go ahead and make a trade like this? So you can see here, once we break this previous resistance, we know, or we can pretty much put in a guess, an educated guess. If we go ahead and set a stop loss as well to protect our ass, we can guess that, okay, we're going to be having a rally up to around here. Now, this wasn't a huge amount of profit here, I don't think. If you'd have got in, it's pretty good. I mean, a 7-8% profit just from doing something so easy as this. So it's a really, really good method. And we can see here on this top resistance level, we are seeing some resistance at around 4,400 Satoshis, and if we were to in fact break that resistance, well, we could in fact be going all the way up to either 4,800 or even higher at around 5,500. So that's definitely something to take into account. This doesn't only happen on Stellar, it also happen on larger coins like Ethereum. So basically, I'm taking a look at the Ethereum USD chart on the 4-hour again, but I can show you that on the hour as well. Guys, if you are struggling with trades, I highly recommend just joining the trade calls. So it's like 49 bucks a month, and I'm going to be telling you exactly where to enter the trade, where to exit and take your profit, and worst case scenario, where to put a stop loss so you can just cut your losses and move on to the next trade. So I highly recommend my trade calls. If you do buy the Bitcoin Blueprint, the trade calls come with it for lifetime, so that's a really good offer that I'm having right now. So taking a look back at Ethereum, what we can do is we can do a little bit of quick analysis on support and resistance like I showed you earlier with Stellar, and we can see where we might in fact be heading on the price. Now we can see here previously at around 600 we did have some resistance and some support. So past resistance here at 600, it became future support. Not only that, but when we're trading in USD as well, also Satoshis as well, big numbers like 600, 650, 700, 800, like large round figures also become support and resistance. This is mainly though due to psychological reasons, I feel. When people want to place their limit order or their limit sell, people want to place it around even number just because that's human nature. We're not robots. We like to do things that we're comfortable with. Most people do, not everyone, but most people in fact do. So we can see here that we had previous resistance at around 600 and we in fact broke through it. Now you may be thinking, okay, where are we going to go? Well, if we go ahead and take a look at where the next level would be, it would actually be up here at around 680 or maybe even around 700. To say the least, I think we're going to go up to around 700. Why do I think that? Well, we broke this resistance here, and we can go ahead and even go on the 4 EMA. I did a video about this previously, and we can in fact go on the 4 EMA right here. I already had it, and we can go ahead and see. As I mentioned previously in the video about the 4 EMA, we want to be seeing blue, green, yellow, red. And that is a somewhat bullish sign which shows the price is still going to be increasing. As we can see here, we can see blue, green, yellow, red. And we're still blue, green, yellow, red as of right now. Now this is set to 9, 13, 21, and 55. If you want to know why I've set it to that, just go ahead and check out my previous video on the 4 EMA, and it's going to explain everything. So that's there. Also, we can go ahead and check something like the RSI. If I can spell. We can go and check something like the RSI, the Relative Strength Index. And we can see, in fact, we're not too crazily high. We're only at around 60. I mean, we're not actually doing too bad. I mean, it's not amazing. We are seeing a bit of support around the 45, 40 RSI, and we are showing resistance previously at 70. Maybe if we broke this 70 RSI again, like we did back here when we broke it, maybe if we broke that 70 RSI, I will be a bit more interested. But for now, I mean, Ethereum's looking pretty good. I'm going to go back onto the 4-hour chart. We can see just by using support and resistance levels, we can see that we may in fact be going up for we may in fact be going up all the way to around 700. And if we entered the trade right when we broke the resistance, which would be around about here, we go ahead and make a 13% profit, which really is not that bad for a quick trade over the space of maybe 6-7 hours. So support and resistance are really, really key. I recommend using TradingView to in fact do these calculations. You can use Binance. Binance is the exchange that I always use to trade. It's just really, really good, and it's very easy to use, and I have the mobile app as well, which is awesome. But TradingView gives you more details. You can use more tools, indicators, everything like that. So I highly recommend it. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Don't forget to check out my trade calls. Honestly, it's going to pay like the monthly fee is going to pay itself back in the first 1 or 2 trades. Then you have the rest of the month for free. I do around 2 to 5 trade calls per week. Also the Bitcoin Blueprint, if you did want to sign up for that, over 40 educational videos teaching the fundamentals on how to make money online. That comes with a lifetime buy-in to the trade calls completely for free. That offer won't be around forever, so definitely take advantage of that. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope this has been helpful, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.